Hello friends, welcome back to the Infologs YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to discuss about how and what is the architecture of .NET Core. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get jump to the articles that is already published on infologs.in. So here I have already loaded the channel as well as the article. So before starting the discussion here, I would like to give you a short information about this channel, what this channel offers. Here you can see the different kind of video tutorials on different programming languages. You'll find the latest video tutorials of ASP.NET Core 3.1. Okay, also you'll find the different programming language related to the iOS, Android and PHP. Okay, all the video tutorials are posted on this YouTube channel. Or if I talk about the infologs.in, I have already published all the articles which related to the ASP.NET Core. So you just come here and visit. If you want to understand any of things, just go and visit this infologs.in. So coming back to the point in today's video, that is code sharing in .NET. Okay, or we'll also talk about the architecture of .NET Core. So let's get started. So if you aware that we have a very matured framework called .NET Framework. Okay, so I think current version of its 4.7 or something is currently in the market. Okay, so what .NET Framework offers? The .NET Framework has a various options you can create. So for example, in .NET Framework we can create the Windows application, we can create a mobile application, we can create web application, console applications, services, microservices, etc. Okay, so here in the sections we have listed some of the important points, like it's a portable applications we can create, and it's a mature WPF, WCF, all the different platforms are supported according to the different .NET Framework versions. For WPF, Windows Forms, ASP.NET applications, MVC applications also supported. But the problem is that is Windows only. Okay, whatever the application you develop on top of .NET Framework, that only supports for the Windows platform. Okay, so now on the other hand we have a mono library also called, we can in general language we can say the Xamarin Platform, where we can create our iOS, OS X and Android applications. Also it is much more matured for the development of different kind of applications. And the important one is .NET Core. Okay, so why Microsoft thinks about the .NET Core? Okay, so why they have built the .NET Core from the scratch? Okay, so the important one is, so if we talk about the global development platforms, okay, let's say we talk about the Java. Okay, so that is the platform independent, so it can run on Windows, Linux machines, right? So think about the what we can say, the extension of the .NET Framework. Okay, so currently .NET Framework is only supported in the Windows platforms. Now if we talk about the .NET Core, that is the portable or self-contained application. Okay, so that is a platform independent. You can host your application on different platforms, which includes the Windows, Mac OS, Linux. Okay, so we have now UWP model, like sorry, not model, it's platform, universal Windows platform. So just develop a single application in .NET Core which can be run on Surface, Windows phones and Windows tablets, Windows computers on a different platforms such as Windows, Linux, Mac OS, etc. Okay, so that is the .NET Core. And in future I would say in late 2020s the .NET Core and .NET Framework will be merged, and they'll call as .NET 5. Okay, so meanwhile, if you are trying to start the new development with the .NET framework, I'll recommend or I'll suggest just visit or check this new platform from the Microsoft .NET Core, because that is the future. So if you if you read the blog of Microsoft, in one of them they have talked that the .NET framework will be supported only till 4.8. Other than, they are not going to release the new version of the .NET framework after that. Okay, so all the APIs which are available in the .NET framework will be merged to .NET Core. So whatever the Windows applications you are going to, or you have already, that will be ported to all the APIs related to the Windows platform will be ported to the .NET Core, right? So from that, so there will be no use of .NET framework, because so now .NET Core, which includes all the APIs of .NET framework, and which also supports the different platforms, right? Okay, so coming to the next here, what we talked about just. Okay, so .NET framework, we have a base class library which works on a Windows. So Xamarin, we have a mono class library that is cross-platform, because we are developing iOS and Android application, and this is the .NET Core, which has a core library, and that is totally cross-platform, right? So there are some benefits of .NET Core. And now, so let's assume that I have not have actually, I wanted to create an application which can be platform independent. That means I wanted to host in on Linux platform. Okay, so but I have already my application running in .NET framework. So now I wanted something, a common mechanism that can be, or I wanted to put my business logic in a separate project, which can be used in the .NET framework project also, and in the .NET Core project also. So in that case, what we have to do? Okay, in that case, we have to create our common language, or we can say the business logic, in the platform called .NET Standard. If we create our common library by on top of .NET Standard, that can be worked on all these three platforms. Okay, that means this .NET Standard library can be inherited in the .NET framework, can be inherited in Xamarin, and can also inherited in the .NET Core. So that is the important one, because if you are going to create any such libraries that needs support for .NET Framework, Xamarin and .NET Core, I would suggest to go for the .NET Standard. Okay, and according to me, I think there is .NET Standard 2.1 is already in the market. Okay. Okay, one small thing that I would like to show you, that is how the whole platform is seeing like this. Okay, let's say we have app models, and app models, that is the .NET framework, we have in which we have a WPF, WCF, Windows Forms, and ASP.NET traditional. Okay, so same on the way the .NET Core has the ASP.NET Core with the different kind of support for the MVCs and universal apps. Just I talked about UWP, Universal Windows Platform, that contains the Surface, tablets, phones, IoTs, and etc cloud platforms. Okay, and we have a Xamarin for the iOS, Android, and OS X. Okay, according to these app models, we have base libraries according to the app model. So if we go for the .NET framework, we have a base class library. For the .NET Core, we have a .NET Core library, and for the Xamarin we have a monoclass library. Okay, on these two we have a common infrastructure which includes the .NET standard as well. Okay, so we have a compilers according to the platforms, languages, runtime components, and common lines. Okay, and the common infrastructure also includes the .NET standards. On top of all these base class libraries are written. Okay, so that's why if you go for the .NET standard 2.0, it will automatically can be used, not automatically, can be used in .NET Framework, can be also used in .NET Core or Xamarin, right? So I think you guys have an enough idea about the .NET Core, and yeah, this is Abhishek Bedre signing out for this video tutorial. In my next video tutorial we'll see what is .NET logins. Okay, or just go for the tutorial. We have code sharing tutorials. Now we'll see the .NET Core logins, how we can make logs of our, or we can say the traceability in ASP.NET Core application. Okay, it seems the code sharing libraries, this code sharing, .NET code sharing, it should be on the very first video tutorial, because yeah, you know, the life cycle, how it goes. Yeah, not an issue. Okay, and one thing that I would like to show you, that I would like to tell you, if you think it's good videos and you wanted some more information about the ASP.NET Core, I would suggest you to please put a comment or your suggestions, or if you have any queries related to the ASP.NET Core, just let us know. We'll try to resolve that query, or we'll provide additional information through the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Till then, keep learning, never stop learning. Thank you.